Amazon charged with market abuse in Germany and France. A huge fine could follow. Every physical retailer in the US uses their retail data to launch their own private label products. CVS has blatantly copied half of Cereav's products, for example. The probe could drag on for years and expose Amazon to potential fines of up to 10% of its annual global sales. That implies a maximum penalty of around $37 billion based on the company's forecasts for revenue this year. That's a pretty hefty fine. I hope they go for the maximum. We've decided to increase the yearly cost of Amazon Prime. PSA, a charge and a conviction are not the same thing. Bezos be like, oh no. Anyway, however would they pay it? Who gets the proceeds from a settlement? Amazon says no firm cares more about small businesses than they do. LOL. Also, what they're being investigated for isn't even that much compared to all the other stuff they've done. For a monopoly like that, you shouldn't get to block competing products because they compete with your own, otherwise others won't have a chance. It would be like Apple blocking Spotify and others, so everyone would have to use Apple Music. But that's what Amazon has done. Remember when they banned Chromecase from being sold because it competed with their Fire Stick? Of all devices they banned Chromecast. Obviously there's no good justification, but the reason they gave is that you can't play Amazon Video on it, and it confused their customers, even though it doesn't say it could play Amazon Video. And it's Amazon that made Amazon Video not compatible with it in the first place. They of course allowed the Chromecase knockoffs though, so the whole not wanting to sell misleading things is obviously BS. It was Google though, so it still sold a bunch elsewhere, but if it were a smaller company and they got banned from Amazon, then that small company would be screwed. I'm sure there are many examples of this, but this is one where everyone knows the products, so it's a good example. I bet the fine is far less than the earnings from this, as is tradition. Do people no longer read articles anymore? I feel like 95% of the comments here are people taking a hot take on the headline without any real insight. Edit/s. Serious question. Could a company violate European regulations simply by doing normal business? Do companies have to check their practices when doing business in the EU? I don't mean Amazon specifically, just a general question. The investigation found that Amazon feeds non-public seller data, such as the number of products ordered and the seller's revenues, into its own retail algorithms to help it decide which new products to launch and the price of each new offer, Vestager said on Tuesday. You want to explain how this is any different than what Walmart does with its Great Value brand, or Costco's Kirkland brand, or Kroger's Private Selection brand? Do they think these companies don't use info to launch their own store brand products? Thought this is pure bullying, as in all big retail businesses as well, T&T, Superstore, Costco, etc. Once a product from supplier, sell via their stores, is identified as best sellers, they will copy/make the same product under their own name and place their product on the shelf just next to the best seller with slightly lower price. While different meanings at different points in time, it can always be said that Germany doesn't fuck around. Hopefully Amazon employees can be unionized as well. Fuck Bezos. Huge fine, $1 trillion company, oh no. Anyway. It is becoming a form of taxation. Instead of harmonizing international taxes and forcing tax havens to close, governments make up for lost taxes in the form of fines. Sort of justly, but looks like racketeering. Good, those fuckers delayed my Xbox Series X yesterday. Now that they deal with the wrath of the Germans. I used to work at an online retailers in Germany, and the boss told me that although they make most of their profits on Amazon, compared to eBay and their own website, Amazon have been trying to shortcut them by having deals with the manufacturers based on how many units they sold, meaning Amazon farmed their data and only wanted to resell the units that sell well, to which the manufacturers didn't agree. We cannot even imagine that language here in the USA. We are bereft of the grammar and vocabulary and landscape of interconnection/interdependence. We abandoned it, along with labor unionism, a citizen life and the notion of an authentic working class, after WWI. We cannot speak like this, let alone deploy such speech in our economic analysis. As temporarily embarrassed billionaires, we go harder for monopolistic exploitation than owners themselves. It's how we know we're alive. We do not take issue with the success of Amazon or its size, our concern is the very specific business conduct that appears to distort competition, she said. Your concern is that sweet cash, sister. Let's be real now. Too many corporate apologists in the top comments here. $37 billion is nothing to sneeze at. Other companies doing the same is what? They should be held accountable if they are also breaking laws. Huge fine as in huge to Amazon or huge as in car repair huge. Amazon, oh no. Anyways. Germany and France are doing this because they want to shake down Amazon for more tax money and they don't like that American companies are dominating European markets to such an extent. But how could a company with a smile in its name do anything bad? Can a Euro lawyer help out on a question? The investigation found that Amazon feeds non-public seller data, such as the number of products ordered and the seller's revenues, into its own retail algorithms to help it decide which new products to launch and the price of each new offer, Vestager said on Tuesday. So, Amazon provides an electronic storefront to third-party sellers. RGER/FR saying that, although Amazon knows how much money went through, and how many units were sold, because Amazon is the fulfillment, they have to pretend not to know when doing their own planning? Is this a real grievance, or just politics? Amazon deserves it, predatory monopolistic company. Treating third-party sellers like trash. Is Tencent a monopoly or we gonna ignore that because it's Chinese thinking face? Bezos should go galt. Take his billions and close up shop, let these governments deal with the aftermath. Great news, do these fines ever get paid? This is why the Swedish retailer Kdan has begun to phase out selling things themselves and instead just being a marketplace for their partners.